PlayStation Move Racing Wheel was released in 2012. It uses the main Move controller that sits in the middle of this fully fledged racing controller and powers the whole thing up. With a D-pad, all the standard buttons and shoulder buttons just amended slightly to make them bigger for gas and brake. This uses the Move's motion sensors to steer left and right, a bit like Mario Kart's Wii Wheel but vastly more accurate. It also has easy to reach flappy paddles for changing gears. But that's not all this thing can do. Press the two clips at both sides of the controller, release the grips upwards and lock it into place. It will then transform into a motorbike configuration, with the right hand grip having a built-in throttle action for use with motorbike games. So after checking the list of racing games that are compatible with this Move wheel, I found out Gran Turismo 5 is top billing to work with this thing. Then I proceed to have my mind blown by this Move wheel. I was really expecting this thing to be finicky at best, like some dodgy third party racing games that use the Wiimote. The PlayStation Move wheel is nothing like that. It feels like it's totally grounded and what you do with the controller is actually displayed on the screen. In the cockpit view there is a strange level of immersion I've never gotten with a wireless motion device before. Once this game kicks in and you start playing it, your brain almost convinces you that the piece of plastic in your hands is somehow connected to the car you're driving and not you just swishing it around in the air. I'm totally impressed with the way the Move wheel performs with Gran Turismo 5. Top marks on this game anyways. With the grips up I started playing Motorstorm Apocalypse. I picked the motorcycle and started a race. Now I'm inclined to say that it doesn't work as well with this game. I think it's more to do with the fast paced nature of the game. It takes a while to get used to. Once I had a good go it felt a bit better and makes good use of the throttle control, but it just doesn't work anywhere near as good as it does with Gran Turismo. That's what got me thinking. This controller has quite a serviceable D-pad and buttons. Bar an analog stick, it's pretty much a complete controller. So once again I reassigned the Move wheel to the controller slot 1 on the PlayStation menu to see if I could play some PS1 games with this thing. Yeah, you can totally play some retro with this controller. And yes, that's me playing Mortal Kombat 3 with the Move racing wheel. The only issue I came across is that L2 and R2 don't seem to work. I don't know if it's just the games that I tried out, but they didn't work for me on the ones that I did try. For PlayStation 1 games though, it's not really a problem. Lots of games don't even use the back triggers. Trying out an old PlayStation 1 era racing game. Optimistic that maybe the Move controller compatibility might compute to some sort of digital input on all the games. It doesn't, the Move function doesn't work at all on all the games, but it did give me an excuse to play Total Driving, which is definitely a plus. Games like Resident Evil Director's Cut work perfectly with this controller. Because of the big grips it feels great to play a whole manner of old PS1 games. So if you have a Move already and you're looking for a cheap and alternative extra controller, I'd pick up the Move wheel. Not to mention the fact that it's ludicrously cheap on eBay at the moment, going for less than £5 in the box. Cheap at that price and totally extending the life and usefulness of your PlayStation Move.